How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Marlon Watts, co-owner and CEO of WRLDINVSN, and I appreciate you guys for joining us again on the Activate Your Vision podcast. Right now, we're actually in Fort Worth, Texas. We are sitting inside of the AOH compound and facility, all right? So we're gonna be sitting down with Tim and Gabe and me and Nick, and we're gonna have a high-level conversation, giving you guys all the gems and tips that we think that you need to continue to have a successful brand in 2023. So make sure you got pencil, paper, you are ready, and we appreciate y'all, all right? Make sure you like, subscribe to our channel, run us up. We appreciate all the support you guys have been giving us. So let's go ahead and get straight back into that video. All right, how y'all doing? I'm Marlon Watts, co-owner and CEO of WRLDINVSN, and once again, we back at the AOH facility compound in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, no. We Fort Worth.
We Fort Worth, man. We keep telling you, Marlon.
I don't know the difference between Fort Worth and Dallas.
It's DFW, but we in Fort Worth, man. You do this,
man. Stop doing that to him.
We at the AOH compound here in Fort Worth, Texas.
Come on.
Hey, we want to say thank y'all for having us, man. It's a beautiful facility. We get inspired every time we come here. And, you know, I just want to say we appreciate y'all so much for allowing us with open arms all the time.
It's love.
No doubt, man. I just want to say one thing that disturbed me today. You came in and said, this our court.
Don't do that again.
Don't
do it again, bro.
Hey, this is our court. I'm
See, and they
you
did.
backing them now.
Come on.
Hey, but don't worry. After this, we're going to go get it.
We're going to get the shoes on after this, and we're going to show y'all.
Right,
after this, we're going to go get it.
After this, we're going to get it.
But without further ado, let's get straight into the podcast. I would like to introduce Tim and Gabe.
Yeah.
But I want you guys to let them know, for people who may not know who you are already, allow them to know who you are, what you do, and what you stand for.
Man, so I'm Gabe, and this is Tim. We started about 6 years ago. We have 5 apparel brands in the Christian apparel space. We also have a consulting platform as well, ENTREBELIEVER, where we help people put their dreams in motion, man. So, like, our thing is, like, we're excited about being able to invade culture and impact culture through what we believe, bro. So, yeah.
15 plus million in sales. We helped a lot of companies get to 10, 20, 50K a month with their brands. Yeah. And, man, just been really dope connecting with y'all, man. Actually learning new things from y'all, getting in the right rooms, taking in the right information, and then just vice versa, man. The synergy been good, man. So appreciate y'all for having us on.
Every time we link up, it's always some good information being shared. So you got to be able to put yourself in environments, in spaces like this, and that's how you're able to elevate and grow in the space that you're in. Because it's like, it's cool to have other friends that's entrepreneur, you know, might have a trucking company, might have, you know, a cupcake shop or whatever. But when you have other people that's doing the same thing as you, it's not very competitive because y'all both able to learn together and grow together.
Right.
Yeah.
So like most people think that you can't have a brand. If you start a brand, you can't have a brand on it as a friend.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because here's what Tim's been talking about this for a couple of weeks now. He's like, man, like there's nothing wrong with wanting somebody else to win. Like, we just think about that concept. It's simple, but it's so complex because so many people, like, we go at each other's heads when we can just simply collaborate and congratulate each other on winning. And that's one of the things that I like about us. We always have this quote, collaboration over competition. And when we met y'all, even though we got 2 different generations, man, y'all younger generation and we the old heads, but being able to like cheer y'all on and y'all cheer us on, and then we come together to see how we can make each other better in our spaces. Because here's the deal, like, I don't have to worry about your audience. Your audience is your audience.
Exactly.
Our audience is your audience. So what does it do to us to want you to win in your space?
Exactly.
And that kind of, before we even get started, make sure you grab your pencil. Make sure you grab your paper. It's about to be action-packed with information. Also, make sure you like, subscribe to our channel, run us up. Thank you for getting us to 50K. 60K is on the way. And you know what we decided? We might as well release that now. We are actually going to continue the giveaway. So every 10K that we reach, we're going to give a new brand 100 free t-shirts, all right? So let's go ahead and get us to 60K, and we're going to be giving another brand owner 100 free t-shirts. So go ahead on and comment on this video why you need these free shirts. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, all right? But the question that we were just talking about rolls straight into the question that I have. Why is it important that brands collaborate, network, and what's been some of the benefits of us creating this relationship?
Well, I think one of the things is that sometimes we max ourselves out by operating in the space that we only know. Mm-hmm. And like Tim and I, we've been able to do some really dope stuff. But there was a time when we were like, man, like we good. We're gonna run this thing up. We're doing millions, and we just gonna keep going. But in business, like you reach this stagnant space. Yeah. Like in every business, it kind of just plateaus a little bit. Not because you're not good at what you do. You just went to the highest level of who you were in that space. So when you start connecting with other people, now you start learning things and you start seeing like the world differently because it's exposure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And most of us are limited by our lack of exposure or willingness to be exposed to new things.
That's good, bro. That's fact. That's facts. Because we that was what one of our bankers actually told us. Like he was it's all about exposure because like you might think that something big. Like, put it like this. You might think that, 15 million in sales is big, which is big. Don't get me wrong. But then you might meet somebody that's doing 50 M's or 100 M's, and it make you think bigger. You get what I mean? So you got to be exposed to something new. You wouldn't have never even hit the 15 mil if you never actually met somebody else that said, hey, it's possible to make 100,000. You get what I mean? So you was exposed to something new. So I like that word.
So let's talk about this from a practical perspective because it's kind of from where we come from, like even just growing up. Like, if you can't see entrepreneurship, you never think you can get to entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. If you don't see people like doing things at a high level, you never even think that you can do things at a high level. Yeah. When my mama said we moving from Fort Worth to Arlington, you know the story. I cried in the 9th grade like a baby, like because we were moving, but we only moved 8 minutes away. Wow. I want you to think about that because I was surrounded by the 12-mile radius, right? I couldn't even see 8 minutes away into a different city, man. And that's what exposure looks like for us when we're trying to grow our brands and we're trying to build. You got to open yourself up to learn and get in the right rooms with other people. Yeah. Only then will you be able to go up.
I'm going to say this, too. We did Magic. We flew out 23 different brand owners together last year, right?
That was 5, by the way.
So check this out. We
might have to show a sneak peek clip on this video.
We get to Magic, right? And this kid come out, and he's like, is WRLDINVSN here yet? We didn't know who he was. And we like, yeah, they going to be here. Cool, whatnot. He kept going. We kept going. After the event, Marlon said, hey, man, we going up to this kid room, man. Man, he did $1 million in a day. I said, man, I got to go get in this conversation.
Got to be there.
Got up to the room. It's the same kid that just walked by us. And I'm like, in our mind, you do $300,000-400,000 a month. That sounds cool until you get in the room with a kid who did $1 million in a day.
And younger.
And it make you learn. It make you figure out, like, you ain't there yet. Like, there's another level. And so those things push you to another level when you're speaking of being in the right rooms with other brand owners who pushing and doing stuff. We had a whole conversation last night talking about the different things we doing that's working. I'm giving you plays, you giving me plays, we implement these plays, and this stuff is working. That's why it's important to be in the right rooms with the right people.
And speaking of that, like just pushing all the way forward, like what's some of the things that you think, like overall, like after we done taught all of these brand owners, like how to build a brand, how to make sales, how to create better content, what's those couple things that's still blocking them from being successful in that space? Like what would be those things, would you say?
Got a few of them.
Give me the top. Give me some top ones.
Yeah, so one of the things that we see in our mastermind a lot, and these are the students that we have, and the students who hitting that 30,000 a month, or they hitting their first 10K, super excited. Outside of the mindset, like shifting, that's one of the biggest issues. It's something that's simple. It's communication. Mm-hmm. See, we know that nobody buys what they don't understand. So a lot of people are starting brands, but the message of what they're trying to convey is not clear. Mm-hmm. Communication is something we've been learning since elementary, right? And that's the way you hear, the way that you talk, right? If you're an active listener or not. And so we hadn't really mastered the ability to communicate personally but that also transfers into our business.
Yeah.
It's your obligation as a new business owner to get your message across to somebody who's not even looking for you.
Yeah, and I say for us that was a big thing that I would say that I kind of pushed in the beginning parts of the brand because Nick was like
culture.
Yeah, like a lot on the product and making the best product, and I will always have that let's be able to do things that may not involve the product but put our message in that same way creatively, whether that's we just went out and gave jackets away. And partnered with Rap Snacks and gave Rap Snacks chips away. And the crazy thing about it was a RTA bus pulled up and was able to go on the bus and give them the chips and jackets. And the big thing of how that even come back to us is we used to ride the bus, like everywhere. So just being able to go give back to that through our brand is bigger than just the clothes. Like that's the main thing we were working on. Like the clothes was the thing that was gonna grab attention. Yeah. But the brand's name and message and logo was always going to stand for something that was bigger than the actual product itself.
I love that.
And I say you could also communicate with your customers through your design too. Yeah. So like every design that we release, even with y'all, every design that y'all release is really a story around it. Yeah. So like one of our shirts that really been going crazy was the many have sight, few have vision. Yeah. So like it's World and Vision, but it's like it promotes
the overall vision of the brand.
Exactly. It promotes the overall vision of the brand. No matter whichever way that you put that quote in your life, it's still pushing the fact that like we want to tell you trust in your vision, believe in yourself. I love that. So it's like you could communicate to your audience straight through your designs.
Let me piggyback off of that to answer that question and what you said about communication. We in the mastermind the other night, right? All these people like taking notes and going through. And all this information flowing through, you got people in there who doing millions in sales. You got people in there who doing 20, 30,000. You got people just getting started. And then you got people who are going from zero to getting sales consistently. And this one lady in the group said, I'm just so discouraged. I don't know what to do. Now she sit on this call and watch all these people say all these things about where they are. And she was the one who started that thought process. And then somebody else in the group said, I'm discouraged too. And then I immediately start stopping the conversation. I said, hey, listen, like you got to be your own biggest cheerleader. Like if you don't employ your own thoughts and your own expectations and you walking around talking about how discouraged and how things not working, that's going to close your mind to finding the solution to it, right? And so every obstacle is an opportunity. If you look at obstacles as obstacles, it's a problem.
He tapping in now.
But you got to look at an obstacle as an opportunity. Yeah. We all got them. When iOS change hit, we all had to pivot. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And the people who didn't pivot, they brands dead. Yeah. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
And I say just from the pivoting standpoint, I think is like what you said, I'm discouraged because it may be tough. Nobody said that this was going to be easy. Yeah. When you decided to become an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneurship
matter of fact, a brand owner. Yeah. When you decided that you wanted to be a brand owner because that's why you allowing us to coach you in the inner circle or you in the mastermind, you decide that it's going to be hard. Yeah. Because like if you looking at our success and putting in your mind that it was easy, but we sacrificed a lot. Like, it's it's times that we cried for this. Yeah. It's times that, that I don't call my family because I'm focusing on this. Real time. It's times where like I'm not able to do the things that I want to do because of this. Yeah. Yeah. And like that's hard.
Yeah. Bro, you either gonna deal with the pain of regrets or the pain of success. But you're gonna deal with pain regardless. Deal with it regardless. So it's like which one you choosing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna have the pain of regrets of not getting it done, of constantly complaining, and if I had Marlon, then I'd be good. If I had Nick, I'd be good. If I had Gabe, I'd be good. No,
you get a couple of them sometimes too.
Yeah. You need somebody extra, but you can actually do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just want to piggyback on the thing what you said about like how the person said that they was discouraged. Yeah. And like immediately, like, once you tell yourself that, like, you shut yourself down completely. And I tell, like, brother, the number one thing that I got out of, like, Rich Dad Poor Dad, which was, like, probably, like, my favorite book ever. It was the statement he said. It was like, a question opens the mind, a statement closes the mind. So instead of you saying I'm discouraged, you really should be saying, how can I motivate myself and push myself through this? And then that's when you're gonna start to think of the ways that you can actually push yourself through it. You get what I mean? So it's like, people really gotta focus on, like, question yourself before you sit there and tell yourself that you can't do it. Question how can you do it, and then that's how you're gonna start to figure it out.
That's good, bro.
All right, I'm sorry I had to interrupt this video, but with all the jewels that we're giving in this video, you should already be in our free Facebook community. If you're not in that community, go ahead on and click the link in the description. It'll only take a quick second.
So I want y'all to think about this. We have multi-million-dollar brands. We know we got world-class trainers, world-class masterminds. We have loyal, like, customers and fan bases, right? We know how to do so many things, like, between the four of us. We're not talking about processes right now. Most people think they need processes, right? And so what we're talking about now is, like, a simple thing. We're still talking about communication. Everything that everybody said has something to do with the ability to communicate. Because as a brand, you're communicating something, whether you know it or not. We call it tipping points with our students. If you're communicating bad things to your customers, then you're tipping them away from being a part of what you do. If you're communicating good things, you're tipping them to being a part of what you do. But from a personal standpoint, you're also creating tipping points in your own mind. Like, what do you tell yourself? This is when personal impacts professional, right? What you tell yourself is going to show through what you do. Because the lady in the mastermind, for her to say, I'm still discouraged, but you're telling yourself you're discouraged. And we know that community impacts outcomes. So if you say that, now you give opportunity for somebody else to say they're discouraged.
But let me trip your head out on something. A lot of people are, I call it imaginary discouraged. Because, like, they really not discouraged. They were discouraged because they didn't set a goal, and they didn't allow themselves to see themselves hit the goal. And that could be where it was like, I got one sale this week. And when you got the one sale, you need to realize that you actually are growing. And that you need to stop thinking, like, I only got one sale.
Bruh.
That's facts. They're not measuring their goals.
They're not measuring themselves.
They're not measuring their goals.
If I said I wanted to wake up at 6, but I got there at 6:30, all right, I'm 30 minutes there. Instead, it's like, I'm not there again. And then it's just like, just continue to work on yourself. Instead of putting your own self down, continue to really pump yourself up to get to the goal. So, like, make it more of an accomplishment for the goals that you accomplish than making it like, even when you accomplish something, you ain't that good enough.
Bro,
that's super dope because you said, like, I want to get there at 6 o'clock. But I got here at 6:30. The thought is, man, I just ain't gonna be able to do it. Rather than, man, yesterday it was 7:15. I'm getting closer to that goal. Just two different. It's a mindset shift, right?
That is facts.
One is I'm working on myself. I'm getting there. I'm getting better. It's progress over perfection. One is perfection or nothing. So now you can't, like, grow because you just so bent on the fact that you're not where you want to be. You know what I'm saying?
True story. I promise. I ain't used to work out at all, right? At all.
You in the gym now?
I'm working on it.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm motivating myself. I'm pushing myself. But I can tell you this: I at least hit the gym at least 3 times a week now. Like, I was trying to go every day, which sometimes you could kind of push yourself too far. You know what I mean? Like, at least start off 3 times a week, but I'm like, every day. I won't go every day. You get what I mean? But that every day turned into actually me at least going twice a week. Not twice a week turned into me going 3 times a week. But I can say that that's progress. Like, I'm getting somewhere with that. You get what I mean? And then this the other thing. This the other thing that motivates you, though. It's like, that's why I gotta keep taking pictures of my body so I can see if I'm, if I'm getting right. Cause then when I get to go, when I go look, I'm like, oh wait, hold on, I gotta stay in now.
My man's camera rolling.
No, real talk. I'm like, hold on, I gotta stay up in that thing. You know what I mean? When you start seeing results, like, you really be amped up.
So I love that, but check this out. this is dope that you said that because everything we talking about, from communication to the way you employ your thoughts to all of this, is all about who you're becoming. See, most people think it's just the product, it's just the brand, if I did these processes, but it's really about who are you becoming, right?
Yeah.
You measuring your progress of going to the gym and saying, man, I could, like, every day, I can't see that one day, but over time, who I'm becoming is better than I am right now because I'm going 3 days a week. So if you literally, we talk about it all the time. If you could take a great idea, if you put it in one of our hands, it's gonna become something because we're becoming more. If you put it in the hands of somebody who don't employ their thoughts, all their thoughts working against them, they never think they're good enough, they never think they're gonna make anything. That same good idea, no sales.
Yeah,
bro. Can I drop a truth bomb? 99% of the people who come to us in our mastermind, they're rebranding. They had an idea, it didn't work, getting 0 sales, but it flopped or whatever it was, right? Check this out. You can't rebrand your brand unless you rebrand you first.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Right?
So we need to drop a bomb right there.
drop one of Clue's bombs right there.
But I want you to think about it though. Most people want to change the outcome of a brand without never making any personal changes to who they are, which speaks to who you're becoming. Like a healthy you is a healthy brand.
I like that.
For us to get to the space that we're in, we were like, man, when we was at the first, when we did the 5 sales the first week, and only 4 was to the family, it's like what we were doing then, we couldn't be the same person when we hit our first million. And when we start like really taking on the idea we want to coach, and I know y'all the same way, when we want to start coaching people, we can't coach them to who we used to be. Because who we used to be, we still hadn't employed our thoughts yet.
You got to keep becoming
too every day. We got to keep becoming. So if you want to rebrand, anybody out there who's looking to rebrand, if you really you want to start getting sales, or you want to start really like impacting culture through like what you offer, you got to start thinking about changing first.
I like that.
Yeah, that's
because your brand is only a byproduct of who you are.
Exactly. Right. So, hey, if you made it to this point in the video, hey, make sure you drop them bombs. They need to drop them bomb emojis. Drop them bomb emojis and hit that subscribe button. All right, I need y'all to hit that subscribe button. Run us up to 60,000.
Also, don't forget about the 100 t-shirts. So also, while you dropping those bombs, let us know why you need those 100 t-shirts for your brand.
Yeah,
but
I
had
like
one
that
more question as we. You know, a lot of people see us run it up online, run them subscribers up and run it up online. But if I'm a brand first starting off, should I focus on online 100%, or should I also be trying to get out there? How else should I try to get out there to get my brand going?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest with you. The internet shrunk the world. And like we've been able to really like win in the online space. And so we have a lot of people who reach out they're in the mall, they're doing pop-ups. I know you all do that and we do that as well. But here's the deal. We can go and do 40,000 at a pop-up, but we can do 400,000 a month online. And so the goal is to really, as the world is shrinking, utilize the opportunity, utilize the social medias and the platforms, create something that's epic and excellent so that you can really build in the online space. Got a guy right now, true story. So he's just kind of like, he's kind of this hustling, right? Going to the mall and out the trunk of his car. And he's done it up to the tune of like $20,000 a month. Got in the mastermind, bro, true story. Said, man, and we just talked the other day. Said, man, how many sales were you doing online? He said at first he was doing 400. Well, by like the 8th or 9th day of December, he was at 10,000, like online. So imagine being able to buy back your time to keep building in the online space. And I think you owe it to yourself and you owe it to your potential customers who are waiting on you to solve the problem with what you have to offer, but you can't do that if you're not trying to crush it in the online space.
Real talk.
I was gonna say it's crazy. It's crazy that you say that because it's like it's so many ways to be successful, and it's like those are like the main 2 ways that you could get sales immediately. Because it's like what we teach is we like to do both, like do online and in person. But what you do when you're doing it, Like, you can't go out in person and make sales and not get the data.
Y'all crushing at pop-ups.
Right, not get the data. But this is the thing, though. You could crush it, but if you don't get the data, it don't count.
Right.
You get what I mean? So your point is great. Like, because you could do $400,000 online, but in order to get that, you still got to get that database. Right. You get what I mean? So it's like, what we like to teach our people is that, you know, once you go get these in-person sales, like, you get to build an authentic brand, that's first and foremost, and then you get to actually meet your supporters and customers in person, survey them yourself, and then you also could sell them something and get their data and then continue to market to them online.
Yeah.
So like with my guy Jalen with the kiosk, he's literally like he literally did first 3 days of him opening up the kiosk, he did $3,000. That's the most money he ever made in a month.
Nice. And then I talked to him maybe a few days ago. He had $6,000.
$6,000.
About to do his first 10K
just
month at the kiosk.
And I'm telling them, get all the data.
Gotta get the data.
Here's the crazy part about that, because I'm gonna give y'all insight to that as well. Why that data is important. Mm-hmm. My boy Jay was in the stores. COVID happened, and if he hadn't pivoted and got his own line up, he'd be all the way out right now. Because if you're not getting that data, if I was doing a kiosk right now, which we might do this just to test it, we've never done one, but I would only do the kiosk, and I'll have a card at the desk to say, hey, you can get 15% off right now. Just scan this code, download the app. I would get an app for my brand, and then I would every time somebody did it, all you got to do is them push notifications. Hey, download the app right now, 15% off. You ain't got to get no email. You ain't got to get no text. All you got to do is open up your photo, boom. And that thing from TapCart going to take it to Google Play, depending on the phone you got, or Apple. They download it. Soon as it show download, 15% off. Because to me, I would even go as far as doing 20 to 25% off. Because just getting the data in is important.
Yep.
This y'all area too. Y'all love this area.
Check this out.
What we like right here.
Bumble Socks, $100 million a year company. Anytime they get a round of investment, so say somebody come in and donate and invest $10 million in a round of funding, they put it into the contract that we got to spend 10% of that, $1 million on marketing, and they don't care how much it costs to acquire a customer, because even if it costs me $100 to acquire a customer who get one pair of socks at $17, the story they gonna tell from in the funnel, the average customer spends like, I wanted to say $1,700, because they funnel them through. Hey, this pair of socks, because you bought this socks, we sending the socks to this person in this country, and the story in the funnel is so good that it just like, it builds know, like, and trust that they only gonna buy socks from Bumble now.
And speaking of what you just said, you know how y'all say that our community is, we got a crazy community, but the reason why is because we did so many pop-ups. We were out there, like, all those people, a lot of those people that you see comment on our posts are either people that know us, people that we met or people person that we connected with.
Y'all outside.
We outside.
So when you see thousands of comments,
like, you took the young approach.
We outside.
So when you see thousands of comments, that's people that's really heavily engaged with us because we may have touched them in some type of way. Whether that been a YouTube channel. Us creating this YouTube channel is adding an extra wave of comments, because now we are actually getting to help other people build their brands. And it's not on a personal way, but now anybody could watch these videos. These videos probably gonna be here for as long as YouTube here. And we was talking about that on the God is Dope. Like, our kids may be able to sit and watch these videos and be like, damn, my great-great-grandpa was building something big back in a time where, I mean, it's really just getting started for our culture right now. Like, it's like we were just about to really see a good wave, come about.
What I like about what you just said, you said with them watching the video and saying my great-great-grandfather. Ed Milet talks about this, and he talks about how it's typically that one person. Like, it's the one in the family that changes the trajectory of
let me tell you something crazy about that.
And amongst the four, like, when Tim reached out to me, and we've been boys for 20 years now. When he reached out to me, he's like, man, I'm about to start this hat company. There was no reason for me to respond any other way but, okay, cool, well, I'm gonna get a camera and I'm gonna take pictures of all the hats. Like, he pioneered the way in that one conversation to say, I'm going to be that one. My immediate response was, I'm getting the camera. Because I'm looking around where I come from and what's happening. I want to be the one. And y'all story with how y'all got to the place, I want to be the one. And now we both have teams of other people that we bringing on who want to be the one. Like you.
That's my actual company name.
To be the one?
No,
the one. But the one.
The one.
I love it.
The reason why is actually the one is because that's my grandma's name, Dion, and it's spelled the one. So I got her name as the company, but it's really being the one.
Bro, but think about what that's done in the space that we're in. When you decide to be the one, and earlier we talked about when you decide to be an entrepreneur. When you decide to be an entrepreneur, you decide to put other people before yourself.
Yeah.
That's your customer base. That's why we say we don't sell people, we serve people, right? And so now we're doing it in the space of other dreamers who want to put something in motion. And the challenge that we all can agree with, that we want to challenge everybody, look, don't just dream about it, execute on it. The biggest issue we see, along with those small nuances and things of people not understanding branding, is the lack of ability to close the gap of the things they think about and the things they actually do.
That's good.
It's procrastination.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And procrastination is what? It's the enemy of execution.
Or the thief of joy.
Yeah.
Come on, man. So it's like, hey, you got to start acting. I was listening to a guy speak this morning. Like, you got to start doing things fast. You got to start doing things with urgency.
Yeah.
And if you can do things fast and with urgency, over and over and over with speed, what that does is it helps you be able to execute better.
That's like my number one thing. Like my mindset now is all about how can we do it as fast as possible. Like you don't if you think of, it's like what we always say. You know, if in 30 years, you know, if I handed you $1 million, like you'll be cool with that million. But if I said I hand it to you tomorrow, you'll be like super cool with that, right?
Yeah.
So like that really can't happen. It's just about what you do to execute to get that. So it's like, you know, getting information from people. So at the end of the day, like if everybody watch these videos, like they gonna have a successful brand if they start to realize what we saying, like, and they actually do it. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
They can have a successful brand just by watching these videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? But it might take them 5-10 years.
So,
bruh, let me.
You get what I'm saying? But if they come and get information directly from us, it might take them 1 or 2 months.
You're accelerating.
Come on.
You're accelerating the 10-year dream to a couple of months.
And
that's why being in the right rooms matter. Because check this out.
Yeah.
True story. And this is this is for YouTube right now. We all watch videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
How many people have seen videos on YouTube but still lack the ability to execute on the things that they get from the videos?
I can tell you.
I meet sometimes.
Real talk.
You know, and I can tell you, if you don't pay, you don't pay attention.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about something different.
Yeah, if you don't pay, you don't pay attention.
Now we're talking about like switching your mindset to realize that, you know what, it's valuable for me to invest in what I want to become. We're talking about something different now.
But even a $10 book gave me more information than watching like a video just on the internet, because I didn't take it serious. If I would have took it serious, like I'm sure I could have and I've took videos serious. Like for me, it may be a little bit different because I take free information
and go
crazy.
You
get what I'm trying to say? But for some people,
y'all one and the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say for some people it might not be the same way. Yeah. But I can tell you, just investing $10 or $20 in a book, like I've got millions of dollars worth of information. I was just spending that kind of money. You get what I mean?
Man, I told a lady the other day, I said, I'm gonna give you permission to pay me $10,000. I said, I'm gonna give you permission to pay me because I said,
talk about that.
You're not gonna do what I tell you to do unless you pay me. So you paying me $10,000 is for your own good, because you ain't gonna work if I just give you the information.
That's wild. And it has everything to do with perceived value.